Okay, for the third problem set, this is the thing that I thought. Let's solve a real world problem. Okay, this problem just came out yesterday in Department of Energy website, and they're soliciting people to come up with ideas to solve this problem. So the basic problem that exists is hydrogen. There are different types of, so hydrogen can be used as a replacement fuel. That is the first thing. So this can be replaced. We want to replace the hydrocarbons by this. We don't want to use this because they, when burned, give a lot of CO2. Hydrogen can just easily be used. So we want to go from anything that is hydrocarbons to H2, because H2 can also be used as a fuel. Right? Hydrogen can also be used as a fuel. Now there are various types of hydrogens that can be generated. So there are all these names. Gray hydrogen, which forms from fossil fuels, but they also release CO2. There is blue hydrogen, which is the hydrogen that forms through CO2 burning, but when you can take that CO2 and sequester it, remove it, then we call that hydrogen blue hydrogen. Green hydrogen is the hydrogen from renewable sources. Like if you split water, H2O, into O2 and H2, the hydrogen that you get is basically green. There is gold hydrogen, which is tapped from like natural subsurface. And there is orange, which is really interesting because it is so there is this process. So there are natural processes that can produce hydrogen. We want to tap this. Natural geological processes that can form hydrogen. One of the processes is called serpentinization. Serpentinization is, you have olivine and basically phyllite, so Fe2SiO4. Something like that we just discussed. This, I'll just write down the reaction. 3 Fe2SiO4 plus 2 H2O gives 2 Fe3O4 magnetite plus 3 SiO2 quartz plus 3 H2. We want to trap this. We want to trap that. Since I do not have that much time to write down, let me just read out from this, okay? And you guys can go and look at the video. Okay, so there could be other processes that can also be generating like hydrogens geologically. So one big part of the assignment would be, so this is like a 3-page proposal that you're going to write with enough background, like 1.5 pages, kind of like the background of like serpentinization, what serpentinization is, or any other geological process that can form hydrogen. And why we are focusing on geological processes? Because we have a lot of olivine. We have a lot of olivine in Earth's crust. So if we can use that to produce hydrogen, that would be great. So we just have to pump in H2O, and it's going to react, but at certain temperature, pressure conditions. So there will be papers related to that, but we need to understand this serpentinization process and maybe some other geological, there are, and I want you guys to find out. Use Google Scholar, use the web. Google Scholar is one of the most important websites that you're going to use. So try and understand. I'll give you some papers to start with. Now, this is the problem statement that Department of Energy came up with. So what are the natural processes that can produce hydrogen? And how can we accelerate them in nature? How can we accelerate them? So like generation of hydrogen within the subsurface by enhancing or accelerating natural mineralogical processes like these. Okay, the technologies that simulate hydrogen production from mineral deposits found in the subsurface, because the olivines and all these things are coming from the subsurface, including developing our understanding of hydrogen producing geochemical reactions like the serpentinization. We have to understand it more because we don't understand these processes that much. So I'll share like 2 papers that are thinking about some modeling ways of understanding this, but we do not have a clear understanding. And how to enhance or control the rate of hydrogen production through external stimuli. So what external catalysts or stimuli or like physical, chemical, biological things that you can do to this to increase, enhance, or control the rate of hydrogen production. Okay? So we have to understand and control these processes. So this could be serpentinization, this could be something else. There are several topics of like interest. So broadly, the first one is stimulation and generation. So these are the topic of number 1, stimulation and generation. Technologies which enhance the natural rate of serpentinization or other equivalent hydrogen production geochemical reactions, any other thing, and how to enhance the hydrogen production. Modeling approaches predict the viability of subsurface resources for stimulated hydrogen generation. And third is the characterization, methods and tools to map subsurface and ocean floor resources. So I will give all these things to you guys, and what I want from you is understand the problem of hydrogen generation, understand, and this is the critical part, what geological processes in nature produce hydrogen. This is an important part that you have to address. You have to read papers on that and write it down. I don't know that even because this just came out and it caught my attention. I don't know any better than you guys at this moment. Okay? So you guys have to do solid research on that and like tell me about that. Okay? And then propose some ideas, like say like hypothetically you have a lab like mine. Okay? And you want to propose doing some experiments to test something. You have to do that. Okay? Great. So this is the assignment. Due on the 10th via email. Just 3-page like essay, send it to me. It's not an essay, it's a proposal. Okay? There will be doubts and things like that. Just let me know. But anyone who has like problems with this, like if they're like the class doesn't want this, we can do something else. You don't have to, if this feels very overwhelming and things like that. Okay.
It's right before midterms. So I'm
okay.
very overwhelmed at.
Okay. Okay. So
our midterm exams on
5th. It's on next Thursday. Okay. So how about we extend the deadline? Like give you another 1 week to do that. Does that sound fair? Okay. Kelsey? Doesn't sound fair? Okay, cool. So let's do it not on the 10th, but on the 17th then. Okay? But some of you will be going for the GSA. You can send it to me via email. Okay?
Are you going to be posting an actual...
I will give you any resources. I just thought that this...
What you're expecting, because you've told us this right now, but will you be posting like an actual expectation from what you want us to do?
The thing is, the general idea is this is like a very difficult problem set. So my expectations are not that high. The idea is for you to understand serpentinization, and if you can find out some other ways, this could be like an application of whatever you are doing. So I will say that, okay, I will give you some resources that, okay, you need to write an introduction and this is how you write. But it will be not very, like, I guess there is a huge, like a spectrum of like expertise in the class. There's a big gap.
Question being posed?
I will pose these questions that I have. Right.
And are we turning this in today?
Yes.
Can we do a review day next Tuesday before the exam? What are your expectations for the exam?